in high definition. This is 41 NBC News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for 41 NBC News at 11. I'm Ariel Schiller. Tucker Sargent has the night off. Our top story tonight at 11. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office is looking for a murder suspect. They say 26-year-old Terrence Williams shot 42-year-old Eddie Thomas on Bob White Road in February. Williams was arrested and charged with aggravated assault. He posted bond 2 weeks after the incident. In March, Thomas died from complications due to the injuries he sustained in the shooting. And just last month, the Bibb County Sheriff's Office issued a special presentment bench warrant for murder against Williams. If you know where he is or have any information, call the Bibb County Sheriff's Office at 478-751-7500. A Wednesday night shooting sends a Macon man to the hospital. The shooting happened just before 9:30 last night at a home in the 12,000 block of Highland Avenue. That's just off Boulevard and Clinton Road in East Macon. Deputies tell us a 32-year-old man was shot. He remains stable at Atrium Health Navicent in Macon. A tip about a stolen trailer leads to multiple arrests. Bibb County deputies arrested Nashida Gale, Micah McNeil, and Melissa Perez during a search warrant at a home on Moreland Avenue Tuesday. Gale and McNeil are charged with multiple drug and gun crimes. McNeil also had warrants in Monroe County and Clayton counties. Perez was arrested on a warrant out of Bibb County. And two 17-year-olds were also in the house during the search warrant. They were ticketed with misdemeanor possession of marijuana less than an ounce. In Monroe County, there is a $2,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and prosecution after a threat was made against the Forsyth city manager. On Friday, Police Chief Eddie Harris says he received a letter in the mail. The letter threatened the life of city manager Janice Hall if she did not, quote, leave Chief Harris alone and let him do his job. If you have any information, call Macon Regional Crime Stoppers at 1-877-68-CRIME. Also in Monroe County, deputies arrest a man and woman accused of stealing a Mercedes after the Bibb County Sheriff's Office issued a BOLO this morning. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says Winfred Feltz and Tiffany Beasley were pulled over this afternoon on Highway 41 south of Rumble Road with no incident. Both are charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Feltz is also charged with theft. And in Washington County, deputies are investigating a shooting that happened in the Highway 242 Parsons Crossing area earlier tonight. According to Sheriff Joel Cochran, one man suffered non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. He asked if anyone with information to call Lieutenant Eric Bergamy at 478-552-0911. Middle Georgia students will be back in the classroom in a few weeks, and the Jones County Sheriff's Office wants to make sure they're safe. It's partnering with the school district and surrounding law enforcement to host the active shooter training this week. Both new and experienced deputies are going through live scenarios using weapons with blank rounds. The department has hosted the training for 6 years now, training at all county schools.
We want to make sure our guys are going in immediately. Let me be clear, there will be no staging up, waiting on SWAT team, waiting on negotiators, anything like that. That officer that responds, he is going directly to gunfire. He is going in there to take out the bad guy, take out that threat by himself.
The Jones County Fire Department and Emergency Management Services also play a role in the training. They render first aid in each scenario. New teachers in Jones County also go through training on how to protect themselves in the classroom. New tonight at 11, the overturning of Roe v. Wade isn't the only controversial Supreme Court decision to come down this year. Vega v. Teco deals with constitutional rights that fall under the Miranda rights. The ruling says you still have the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney during an arrest. But if evidence is collected in a case where your Miranda rights aren't read to you, it weakens citizens' ability to sue police officers if they knowingly violate constitutionally protected liberties. We spoke with a political science professor from Middle Georgia State University who explains the ruling.
The Vega opinion has said quite clearly, constitutionally protected rights, like the right to remain silent or the right to an attorney, are still as protected as they ever were. The court created prophylactic tools that we have to protect those rights are not as protected. In fact, in this case, the court is saying they're not protected.
Dr. Hall says the ruling has the potential to be significant, and its significance could grow in the future. Also new at 11, Georgia Republicans are responding to the overturning of Roe v. Wade and what that means for Georgians. The heartbeat bill, also known as House Bill 481, was signed by Governor Brian Kemp in 2019. Georgia Democrats told us Monday the bill has been held up in court since then. State House Representative Dale Washburn says he voted yes for the heartbeat bill in 2019, and he supports the law being enforced.
I would urge people to vote for pro-life candidates because we stand strongly on the side of pro-life. I do personally, and I think the majority of our party does. So we certainly will be defending the heartbeat bill and the right to life.
Following the Supreme Court decision, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr filed a notice asking the 11th Circuit Court to reverse their decision on the heartbeat bill. Abortion is currently still legal in Georgia. U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff is proposing a 4.6% increase in salary for active veterans. The senator from Georgia says the proposed bipartisan bill would be the most significant raise in military salaries in recent history. He says many military families are struggling, and this pay raise couldn't come at a better time.
Military families are having trouble making ends meet, and whether they're at Robbins or Moody or at any of the major installations in our state, this is a tough time for military families. And it's been a long time coming that we increase pay significantly for those who serve.
Senator Ossoff says if approved, the bill should take effect in fall of 2023. And in Lawrence County, the Carl Vinson VA Medical Center is honoring female veterans. The VA says women vets are the fastest growing demographic, and they are making great strides in military service. Wednesday, the VA partnered with the veterans of foreign wars to hold a recognition ceremony. 35 women were honored for their military service and veteran advocacy. Still ahead on 41 NBC News at 11. Bragg Jam is back at the end of the month for the first time in 3 years. We'll have details on the concert crawl next. And we had a busy night of baseball as the Macon Bacon and Atlanta Braves were both in action. Our Shaz Pirani will have highlights later in sports.
Get news anytime on 41NBC.com. In high definition, this is 41NBC News at 11.
Welcome back. The Bragg Jam concert crawl is back in full swing for the first time since 2019. The Macon concert crawl is happening on July 30th. It starts with a pre-concert party that Saturday at noon, and then the first acts take the stage at 5. Visit Macon tells us the annual concert event draws in tourists from all around.
It's going to show well, and people from outside the area who either couldn't be here for another reason or didn't necessarily have the opportunity to come this year, they're going to want to come and check out what's happening. You know, there's an excitement that happens. There's a real, it's a vibrant event.
How exciting. You can purchase tickets and t-shirts right now on the Bragg Jam website. You can find a link on 41NBC.com.